Right. I think now in the future, this will go right here. That'll look good. So after this news, I was convinced that Cavill Bond was over. For those who don't know, Cavill appeared at the end of Black Adam.
It's been a while since anyone's made the world this nervous. Black Adam. We should talk.
The DC comic book movie with The Rock starring in it. It seemed like a big deal. They got Cavill to come back and they announced that Cavill was coming back and doing more Superman. However, only shortly after, James Gunn and Peter Safran, the new heads of DC movies, brought Cavill into a meeting, only to tell him that he wouldn't actually be returning as Superman. Cavill did an official announcement of his return. He got pumped with this cameo in the end of Black Adam, showed up in the suit. Everyone was buzzed. You could tell the fandom wanted him back. And it's safe to assume that part of his leaving The Witcher and that series recasting him was to do with the background negotiations of him returning as Superman. Time for my editorial part. I think he was shafted. He clearly pulled out of things, gave up on certain deals to come back as Superman. This post clearly shows how important Superman was to him. He talks about the values and what Superman stands for. He gave up a lot to come back and be Superman, and now they're just pulling the plug on him. He'd left The Witcher, and I know The Witcher wasn't great, it never lived up to what it should have been, but like he left that to do Superman again, and now it's not there. I assume this was his James Bond opportunity dead when they announced he was coming back. So does this mean he's guaranteed to be open to coming back as James Bond? Not exactly. I think there's a mix of PR trying to control the narrative. Cavill's team quickly announced that he was signed on to do a Warhammer adaptation. Probably a bit of damage control in terms of controlling that narrative. Probably half true as well, so he could be locked into that. As of late, it seems the Bond producers want to cast someone in their 30s. Aaron Taylor-Johnson seems to be a popular pick at the moment, climbing in the favourites. I actually liked him in Tenet. Could have thought he could have done a good job as the lead. So this Henry Cavill Bond saga continues. In my mind anyway. What is this Warhammer contract anyway? Is it really, or is it just damage control so the Henry Cavill stock doesn't plummet too much? As I saw in my other Henry Cavill Bond videos, there seems to be a similarity between himself and Brosnan. Brosnan was nearly Bond, lost it, and then he came back in his early 40s. There's no doubt in my mind that Henry Cavill has the right look to be James Bond. As an actor, he's definitely gotten better with age in terms of his capabilities and his range. I really thought going for an unknown was the move. But maybe Warner Brothers' loss could be our gain. The unfortunate turn for Cavill Superman could be a win for Bond. I think there's one thing Bond fans agree on. After the Craig era, the inconsistency, the stop-start that happened over and over again, there needs to be a return to regular Bond films. In what was a very uncertain era, we need a consistency to return to the output of James Bond. And maybe my bias of going for an unknown is wrong in this case. Maybe Henry Cavill is the next James Bond to deliver that era. A new safe pair of hands. Is that Henry Cavill? Who knows? The saga continues. All I know is that after this whole episode with Cavill trying to return as Superman, he's actually gone up in my estimates of who should be the next Bond. Thanks for watching. New location. Shoot the like button and subscribe. There was a bit of a sabbatical to the channel, but we're back now. Thanks for watching again. Bye.